Hey everybody, it's your boy Steph Untouched here. Got my guy Inu behind the scenes helping me with this project. Inu, say what's up.
What's up, guys?
Inu's been with Untouched since pretty much the beginning, so I figured we're gonna do another project. Let's keep the person who's helped the other projects, work well. A little bit about myself. I'm 24. I'm from Palm Beach, Florida, and yeah, man, usual story, high school, played basketball, decided to go to college for a year, and I dropped out, of course. Through parties and through throwing parties, met a lot of people, got a lot of connections, built a network, and got in a little trouble, Won't lie about that part, So we had to do a year of house arrest, year of jail. And when we got out, we started Uber driving, and through Uber driving, made some more connections, more networking, and I finally ran into a model that decided to, give me an opportunity to help her social media career. So we took that job, led to, finding other girls that wanted somebody else to manage them, and now I've built a pretty big modeling agency with over 150 girls. I do the monetization, I do the photos, we do everything, but that's just a little bit about myself. This podcast is not going to have to do anything with that. This podcast is going to be more so me just creating a platform for other entrepreneurs, professionals, DJs, artists to basically come on here and share their story of how they got to where they are, you know what I mean? Because we all have a story. Whether it's good or bad, it's who we are and it's how we got here. So I think it's okay to embrace other people's story. Just because it might not be the same as yours doesn't mean that it doesn't hold value as well,
So tell me a little bit about why you're starting this podcast in the first place.
Okay, starting this podcast, I think to just reach a greater audience. I feel like a lot of podcasts right now are reaching an audience, but they're not giving value to the audience that they're reaching. So this is going to be one of those podcasts where we'll talk about all types of stuff, but I'm going to make sure to always try to add at least a little piece of value to you guys, plus entertainment. So it's a 2-for-1. You get entertainment and you get value, and whoever might be here is going to be a type of person, trust me, that can either add value or entertainment. So you're going to get one or the other, trust.
That's awesome, bro. And so tell me how this podcast is going to be different from the other ones.
Different. Well, we're in the back of a car, aren't we? Isn't that already a little different? But I guess different in a sense of that it's more intellectual, it's more one-on-one. A lot of podcasts, they have a lot of guests on, they have a lot of people speaking, a lot of people interrupting. This is more so just me and a homie catching up, giving value, laughing, talking shit, maybe smoke a blunt, maybe use a bar. There's a bar in here. Maybe, they can drink because I don't drink.
Bar.
But, and we're going to make it fun, basically, is what I'm getting at. There's no actual specific reasoning for making the podcast except to have fun and add value.
That's awesome, bro. So what do you hope to gain from this podcast?
I hope to gain, honestly, different knowledge from different people. I feel like right now in our society, it's hard to find people that are actually doing different things. So for me, I hope this platform allows other creators, other intellectuals to feel confident enough to come and speak their truth, it's a safe place. I'll never judge anyone that comes on here, and you shouldn't judge anyone either, It's going to be one of those things where it's two people at peace talking about topics that they might not agree on, but they both come to see why each other may or may not be wrong.
Yeah, it definitely puts yourself in the other person's shoes.
Yeah, 100%. We're both looking at each other from different lenses.
That's awesome, bro. So I know you spoke that on how this is going to be a different podcast. Mm-hmm. What made you want to do it in the back of a Maybach?
Good question. Okay, so quick little story is why in the back of a Maybach? 1, I've never seen it before. And 2, I'm never back here. Why? Because I'm always driving. Why do I always drive? Because I don't drink, so I'm always the designated driver. So I actually never really get to enjoy the back of my car. So I figured, okay, at least I can enjoy the back of my car now, and then I can add other people who might enjoy the back of my car with me, and let's have a conversation and call it a podcast.
That's sick. That's a creative way of putting that all together.
Yeah, and about the not drinking, 2 years, personal reasons, just wanted, more for myself, more self-growth. And I don't judge anybody that drinks or does anything that they do, but I just don't like it personally for myself.
Yeah. In Miami, it's hard not to.
Yeah, and especially in Miami, it's one of those cities where it's like you're always giving a shot. So it's like you have to choose the hardest decisions most of the times in order to be a person that gets to make the hard decisions all the time.
Correct, yeah. And it takes sacrifice.
Yeah, sacrifice for sure. Like I was an Uber driver right when I got out, and I had to sacrifice, driving 8-9 hours, taking other people where they needed to be. But I understood that was part of the chapter. That was part of growing. That was part of elevating. And, I knew that chapter would get me to my next chapter, and that chapter would bring me to my next chapter. Because in reality, all of our life is a book, and each chapter can bring you forward, but each chapter it can bring you back too, so you have to really evaluate who's around you and your environment to make sure those chapters keep flipping, because a lot of people chapters staying on the same chapter over and over. So you have to be an individual that's always seeking growth and knowledge to keep that chapter from going back. That's how I like to look at it.
That's so awesome too, because the Uber driver, in the beginning, you were always in the driver's seat.
I was always in the driver's seat.
Even today, you're still in the driver's seat. So now this is your moment to be in the passenger seat.
This is the moment.
Maybach.
Yeah, this is like one of those moments where it's like the fucking underdog, I guess, becomes a champ, Uber driving, taking people wherever they needed to be. Now I don't drink, so I'm always driving my friends where they need to be. And now I'm finally get to, be in the back and relax and actually enjoy it without having to go anywhere too. So I think it's a win-win situation, The one thing I will say is you can never look at anything in a negative light. There's always positive things behind it, whether you see it or not, Like if I pop a tire, I'm not mad I popped a tire. I'm just happy I'm blessed enough to get the tire fixed and keep the day going. So it's all about how you look at things,
Yeah.
There's half empty glass full, or there's a half full glass. Depending on how you look at it, it could be half full or half empty. I would say it's half full, you know what I mean? Because half empty has the word empty in it, and empty isn't usually a good feeling. If your gas tank is empty, that's bad. If your stomach's empty, that's bad. If your bank account empties, that's bad. But if I say I'm half full, that's not bad. If I say I got, half a tank of gas, that's not bad either. So
yeah.
I like to just look at things from perspectives that, lead positivity into the world, because there's too many negative things going on.
That's awesome, bro. So just to wrap up, who could you see that could be potential guests on this podcast?
Potential guests, honestly, I don't have anyone specific in mind, but I definitely see myself bringing some girls from the agency to talk about their careers. Some of my professional athletes that could come on and give their, their advice on whether it's sports or recovery or injuries. I'd like to have some of your people. I know Inu works at Timepiece Trading. I'm sure one of them would love to come in here, talk watches. Fresh and Fit, my boy, I'd love to have him on here. My boy Adam from American Income. Honestly, some DJs, who knows? Honestly, we might let you decide and you tell me who to pick, and then I'll try to find them for you guys, I'm going into this with just an open mind, an open spectrum on everything, not gonna do anything by the rules. We're just gonna do what we wanna do and what we think is good content, Like I said, the goal for me is always to add value and add entertainment. If you can do those two things, then you'll always win. Because too many times you're adding value, but there's no entertainment behind it, so it's kind of boring. It's like school. Then too many times you're adding fucking entertainment but no value, so now it's almost a waste of time. So I feel like if you find the median, which is both a little value and a little entertainment, it'll keep people going and keep people engaged and want to watch, you know what I mean? But other than that, I'm just ready to bring somebody on board and get it started, I'm Steph, my guy Inu once again behind the scenes, and let's just see where this takes us. Like, comment, subscribe, share this to somebody if you want to share it. And other than that, peace out. First episode, back of the back. You heard it here first. You saw it here first. Let's do some amazing things. Peace.